Let's begin in Pretoria, where the Justice, Crime Prevention and Security Cluster has concluded its briefing on the state of readiness for the upcoming 2024 general elections. Newzroom Afrika's Sekhoto is tracking the story for us and joins us live with an update. Katleho, good morning once again. Now, we heard from the ministers with regards to their state of readiness. You particularly asked the Minister in Police with regards to the hotspots that were uncovered during their roadshows, and he mentioned 500 of them out of the 23,000, but he didn't give us any specifics with regards to which hotspots are to be looked out for.
A very good morning, Katleho. Indeed, a detailed briefing there outlined by Minister Thandi Modise in terms of the measures that will be taken by government to ensure a free and fair election come the 29th of May. Now, as noted there, it takes place on the backdrop of 30 years, as South Africa marks 30 years of democracy, and obviously, reflecting on yesterday being Freedom Day on the 27th of April in 1994, black people being allowed to vote for the first time in this country. And so this being a significant and an important election come the 29th of May. And what we heard is that all efforts will be made to ensure that everyone who wants to vote will be allowed to do so. And really the state sending a clear message and a warning that anyone looking to incite violence, lawlessness, destruction of property, that will not be tolerated. And yes, Katleho, as you rightly noted, they're asking Police Minister Bheki Cele about particular hotspots where perhaps there might be any kinds of threats of violence, and the minister saying they will be keeping their ears and eyes on the ground. But I am joined with the minister here just to give us more details after this briefing. Minister, thank you for your time. I mean, a lot of work, you've cracked some cases in the Western Cape. We do know, as you've rightly noted, 2 councillors killed in recent weeks. Obviously, political tensions are brewing ahead of the elections. What are your expectations from a security perspective ahead of the elections?
Well, for election per se, as the South African Police Ministry and management, we have moved around the country. We have met all station commanders in the Republic of South Africa, all commanders of district, all provincial commanders with their deputies. We have sat down, have looked at the plan, we are very fine with the plan. There are 23,700 voting stations in the Republic of South Africa, and we've got 1,160 police stations. We have planned how those police stations will be working with the IEC and officials for election in that particular area. We have found that most stations will be medium and a very low risk, except about 500 of them. Most of those will be in KZN and Eastern Cape, and a little bit of Mpumalanga and a little bit of Free State and Northwest. We know those, and we have prepared for that. Unfortunately, we're not going to give exact the figures, what it means if it is a high risk, what it means if it is so, but we'll be taking care of all those stations. Not a single station will not be policed in the Republic of South Africa, according to the risk assessment that has been put. We are ready for that. But we're also working closely with the courts, closely with the NPA prosecution, so that whoever deviates from the law, we act fast on those people to put them in the processing of the law. And there are 2 gentlemen from KZN that have been trying to be nasty and to be clever. One of them has already appeared in court. Other one, NPA, is processing him appearing in court. So already we have started in responding to those that will be violating the election code of conduct and all that. But also, we're not a police state, we're not a state that suppresses people. People still have their right to protest and all that kind of stuff. Maybe you did see to it that there is no emphasis of SANDF and all that. That is deliberate because police must do their work. But that does not mean that if the necessity comes up, we're not going to escalate the state power to deal with those that they think they can do as they wish. So far, so good, we believe. So political violence, unfortunately, continues. Councillors are still killed. That was more based in KZN. I think we've responded, creating a very able team. Fortunately, that team is helping other provinces now. One councillor has just been recently killed in Mpumalanga, one in Rosenberg. We are close chasing the medals of the Mpumalanga one, and the Northwest is a new one, but we have put special teams and with assistance from the experience that we throw from the KZN a very experienced team that has been dealing with these political killings.
Minister, we'll leave it there for now. Thank you very much for your time. Katleho, you heard it there from Police Minister Bheki Cele, just outlining that efforts definitely being made, especially in KZN in the Eastern Cape, hotspots being identified there, but all measures are taken from various fronts by the security cluster on the ground, monitoring social media and just watching that no one incites violence, but also highlighting there that, people do have the right to protest, to express their grievances, and as long as it's within the parameters of the law, those voices will not be barred from expressing themselves, but still emphasizing that no one should be prevented from casting their vote.
Certainly, Katleho, thank you so much for bringing us that update with regards to the security measures.